Short video today, but basically a while back, and I scrolled this away on I'm largely using Workflowy now instead of Trello, at least for my personal non-collaborative notes. And Xavier in the comments had mentioned that one of the challenges experienced with teams can be getting sidetracked into basically being distracted by having fun with the teammates, by communicating about maybe not even the team's stuff. And what one offers is kind of an easy technique for this sort of thing you actually see large offices do all the time, systematically. Occasionally see classes where the teacher's kind of tuned into this. And it's a helpful thing to be kind of aware of, is that basically it's the same sort of technique you would use where if you are solo and you find yourself getting distracted by something, the trick is to establish a time and place in your schedule for that distraction, right? So if I find that maybe I'm denying myself, just an easy example, I've been denying myself playing games. And so I find myself getting distracted by, I really want to be playing them. If I give myself even a half an hour at night where I tell myself that's the time and place where I'm giving myself full permission just to play it and guilt-free, and there it is. And like for me, right, that's my exercise bike time. I play games while I'm on the stationary bike. In the same kind of way, if you're finding that there is a team dynamic in place where on the upside, people care about each other, they're enjoying each other's company, they're chatting, that can be a positive thing that people want to interact with each other. They look forward to going to the meetings just to see each other. One of the valuable things you can do if you're finding that you're like I say, turning it into hangout time is basically to make sure you're defining a time, place, and space where that is what's going on as all it's trying to be. An out-of-office party, a get-together on a weekend, making a plan, a schedule for there's a concert coming up, there's a movie coming, or whatever, to go as a group, to just get out to something and not have it try to be a work dinner or whatever, but just people getting out together to be friends, to socialize, to be human beings around each other. And what can they do is it can create an outlet so that you're not sort of as tempted to try to force in those kind of interactions when they're super off topic, when they're not really what you're there to do. If you're trying to be, studying, working on a project together, making progress on a game, building a company, whatever the thing is, it's valuable to have some separation there in terms of establishing here are just social outings, and then here is the rest of the time, it's not those. And again, it's you see companies do this sort of thing all the time. If in case you're not clued into why those events and structures take place, it's partly because you want that valve, you want that outlet to exist, and that's one of the ways we can help reduce the downside of finding ourselves getting distracted or off topic if we are in a team setting where that's an issue. Now, the other part too, of course, is it can be helpful to make sure you have at least one person who's kind of wearing the hat of responsibility for keeping yourselves on track. And sometimes it's the project lead, sometimes it doesn't have to be at all. It can be a minutes taker, can be somebody who's frankly just there, and the only thing they're trying to do is keep people on task, on track. And that can also be a really great dynamic in terms of freeing other people up to kind of push the boundaries a little bit, to be able to not have to use so much of their mental energy on keeping themselves on focus. A bit like kind of a writer-editor interaction, where because someone else is kind of watching, keeping things on the rails, it, like I said, it takes maybe frees up some other creative energy from the rest of the group, or depends on the kind of nature of the project, obviously. But wait, 2 short strategies. Turns out it's not going to run in there. But one way or the other, it's worth making it fit. It's worth finding a way to make it work. Like I said, there are definitely some challenges with teamwork. There are different challenges than when we work alone, but those challenges, the pros certainly outweigh the cons, because life is better in co-op.